Whoops. Okay. No, I want that back. Okay. Well, it's the start of the show. We gotta get it going with my friend Jen. You're gonna love this. It's time to do a podcast.
Beautiful.
Wow, that was a big reaction. Welcome everybody to week 3 of You're Gonna Love This. This week I have with me my friend, comedian, Jennifer Tate.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
No problem. Oh, and because I think I've forgotten to do this on the last couple episodes, I'm going to introduce myself also. Probably a good idea. My name is Adam Moshcatel. I am a comedian, improviser, podcaster living in LA. Also kind of a musician, as you may have noticed if you've been listening. And this podcast is You're Gonna Love This. On this podcast, I have a guest on every week, and I attempt to write for them the perfect song. No flaws, nothing wrong with it. Give you a little update so far. 0 for 2 on the first 2 podcasts.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So low expectations.
You know, I went into this project without any expectations. I figured if I even made one perfect song, that would be amazing.
Right. But how do you feel that it's 0? It's not even 1.
Totally fine. Okay. Totally fine so far. So biggest criticism that I've gotten back from the first 2 is that my lyrics are not good enough.
But what does that mean? Good enough in terms of just their preference or just the language itself?
Yeah, it's just I have a very small time window in which to write them, and they just they're not up to snuff. If they're not perfect. You know, it's everything that the music has been mostly fine. They haven't. I think the lyrics have just stood out as being so much worse than the music.
Well, I think your 2 other guests were a little hard on you. I feel like, I don't know. I'll give you my true opinion, but I also know that you got to factor in that you only have whatever amount of time. So
I don't want that.
You want me? Okay.
No, I appreciate that thought. I appreciate that you're a good friend like that. But no, I don't want any friendly like, oh, it took him so long. It's if you were sitting in a car and you turn the radio on, and it's just like I am feeling this way. I need this thing to come on, and I played my song. And then you're like, that was perfect. That's the only way it works.
Okay, that's the only way it works. So you're setting yourself up for a very small percentage that it will work out.
Yeah, I'm trying to capture lightning in a bottle.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think I'm
excited.
If I don't, it doesn't mean the podcast is a failure. If I didn't, I was a failure that week, but the podcast is still doing good.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's talk a little bit about your preferences, Jen. First question I always like to ask is like, what's your mood like in the last little while? How are you feeling?
Like today, are you saying, or how I feel about life so far in this moment?
Wow, that's a big question. I hadn't thought that far ahead. Let's just start with how you feeling right now?
I feel like I'm on a roll right now. Not on the roll, but I'm getting momentum.
Okay.
In life, just in my career and the friends that I've made in the comedy community. I'm not there yet, but I'm feeling the wind beneath my wings.
So that's like is that like kind of an excited, or do you say where's the energy level at?
It's a little tentative because I feel like I'm at a point where I could easily make a wrong move, but I'm very excited that there is an option to make a wrong move.
I see. So you're
see what I'm saying?
Yeah, so you're on like this precipice. You're kind of on the edge of something.
Where it's like I can't just make any choice and have no consequence. I'm now at a place where I need the courage to continue on, this career path, but I'm being looked at. I have a small reputation, but still a reputation that could be easily ruined. I feel like if I did, not that, I mean, I'm very, very, goody two shoes, so there's not like anything that's like, well,
yeah, you're not gonna like, I don't think you're gonna like go on Lindsay Lohan style bender
absolutely not, no, but yeah, so I just had to make sure every choice of mine is pretty like, okay, what could be a consequence of that?
This is, I gotta tell you, that's an amazing amount of information, but so much more than I got from either of my other guests when I asked that question.
See, that's the thing. Your other two guests, I think I know one of them. So it's not, don't say that you're the failure. I think your guest could easily be, not saying that I'm succeeding, I'm just saying it is a two-way street.
You're right, but I put all of the onus, it's a two-way street, and I'm like the traffic cop. So I'm the one that has to be directing people down that street.
Right. So you did fail by not asking them more questions about a thing. So I take back everything I said. Your guests were perfect. It was your fault.
Speaking of which, this is a question that I I feel like I have to add now because of what happened last week. I didn't ask it, and it became a major problem with my lyrics. We'll get into lyrics in a second, but just in general, how do you feel about lying in songs? Is that a problem for you? Do you worry if somebody has said a non-truth because my last guest was upset with me because I said it was sunny out and it wasn't sunny out at the moment, and so he thought that wasn't good enough for him.
Okay, so they took it as, in this moment in time, you're trying to capture it as realistic.
Yeah, and I just didn't know. I mean, I feel like there's so much lying in almost all writing is lying.
Yeah.
So I just didn't think that would be a problem.
For songs that I like, I like to think that everything they said is true.
See, yeah, this is what he said too, but it was because he knows me. I'm right here. I just wrote it. He knows. He can't think that.
Yeah.
I is that going to be a problem for you?
I don't think so. I feel like it would be more if I don't think I would care about like environmentally or the atmosphere. Yeah. I understand the artistic of, if it's not sunny outside, that conveys more of a sadness. So it's like, do what you need to do to convey that message.
I'm glad to hear that. I'm gonna have to ask that for everybody now because I don't
never know. Yeah,
it could get dinged. Somebody might be like, "Hey, man, you said you were in a black room. These walls are painted white."
Which is true. These walls are painted white.
Very true. It's like a hospital in here,
with records on them.
Yes. Okay. So let's take it back a couple steps here. What's your genre preferences? What do you dig? What's your musical taste?
So I really like singer-songwriter kind of feels, like those indie kind of feels.
Okay, that's a big old bonus for me because I am only able to play a guitar and sing.
But here's the thing: are you ready for a little?
Is it? Do you only like girls?
Huh?
Is it girls? Is that the problem? No, what's the problem?
Wait, girls in general?
My worry was this is a worry that I brought into when I first started this podcast. I was worried that somebody is going to be like, "Oh, I only like listening to women sing."
Oh, no. Okay. #, equality.
Okay.
Actually, I prefer it when guys sing.
Okay.
Absolutely. But there's a lot of buts. Not literally. Like, not like my, those butt songs. Who doesn't like a good butt song? But Let's rewind.
Yeah, go ahead and rewind. I will let you trail off.
You're just gonna let me go.
Yeah.
I really, really like songs that have both a girl and a guy singing together.
Okay.
Reason for that is I'm able to be put in that moment more. I can imagine myself as that girl singing.
I see.
So I
something
enjoy,
about the union of those two.
Right,
things,
there's a communication. There's an actual dialogue within it. So I really, really, really like that. Where it's it doesn't have to be a love song or anything, but that's what I do like. I like musicals a lot, but not like "Hello, my darling." Like not ones that really have. Like, I was talking to some friends about this earlier, like The Hunchback of Notre Dame, the musical, which came out last year. Well, it didn't get picked up by Broadway, but Disney was a part of it, and Michael Arden was the Hunchback. It was, I don't cry easily. Like, I have to either be really angry to the point of tears or obviously really, really sad.
Yeah, you've always struck me as a hard woman.
A hard woman?
Not as in, like, emotionally strong, you know? Like, you're someone that you can puncture you. There's, like, you're definitely... You know, if you prick you're going to bleed, but it's going to take a lot to get all the way through to the core.
Absolutely. That's absolutely right. Yeah. And so the not a lot of songs necessarily make me, there's some songs where people just start weeping.
Yeah.
The songs that make me have a true emotional reaction are the ones that are, they so happen to be in musicals, are the ones where it's like they're on their way towards something, which is interesting because like what I'm talking about right now, that's something I connect with a lot where I might, I get goosebumps. Like
what's an example of a song where they're on their way to something?
So like in The Hunchback, for instance, when he sings Out There,
okay.
And he's looking over all of the people of Paris, and he's he's about to make that decision to just not literally jump, but to just go for it.
Right.
So in a lot of the songs where it's women and men together, it's them like deciding to get together, either going to the next step in their relationship or just stopping their relationship. There is a big choice to be made.
Yeah.
And in that song they are exploring that. So those are the ones where it's just like in Beauty and the Beast, the musical.
That hits you hard there.
Huh?
Okay, keep going.
Okay, there's a song, If I Can't Love Her, that the Beast sings, and it's like you hear him in that song making that transition to be like, screw it, I'm going for it.
Okay, so you like where there's like a big moment in a song where you feel like there's been a change.
Yes.
Okay. All right, that's good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Let's so when you're talking singer-songwriter types, I'm trying to think of I'm trying to think of those songs where it's like a girl and a guy together.
There's a lot of times it's featuring this girl. It's not necessarily they're always a duo.
There's that song Home. The Alabama, Arkansas, boy, I love my mom and pop.
That's too happy.
Too much?
That's too, to me, I mean, I like that, but I'm just saying the ones that I like, it's more, that's almost like, it's not raw enough for me.
Okay, you want it to be like we're going through some shit.
But it could be happy, but it's not like let's have a toe tapper. Like, have you heard the song "Falling Slowly"?
I don't think so, but describe.
It's from a musical. It's called Once.
I know the musical,
but it's not. It's not Oklahoma. It's very, very singer-songwriting.
Yeah.
And "Falling Slowly," they have this beautiful. I think they won. Pretty sure they won a
Tony?
Not a Tony, a Grammy. I'm pretty sure it won a Grammy.
I'm hoping that something from this podcast might get Grammy worthy at some point.
I'm sure it will. If you believe in your dreams, anything can happen.
That's
what I'm smiling at that. That wasn't real advice.
Oh, so you don't believe in me. You don't think that this is
No, I do, but I feel like listeners would be like, that chick needs to go watch a Disney movie and shut up. And no, that's not.
No, you don't need to.
It's true, but
you will watch a Disney movie later. But
I am. That's my plan later on. But, it's not all butterflies and rainbows.
Okay, Jen, let's talk a little bit about, let's get more into lyrics a little bit, because I think, I would love... Well, no, I don't want to prime you for this. I'll just ask you the question.
Okay.
How do you feel? So in these singer-songwriter type songs, they're not so much about the rhyming and stuff.
No, absolutely not.
Do you feel like you need rhyming in a perfect song?
No.
Thank God.
No.
Okay, that's gonna free me up a lot.
Yeah, because if anything, I feel like if it's right, it's like, okay, it's not, again, with the rawness. I'm very much like, okay, you'll get this. Okay, like in Shakespeare.
Okay.
You know how they have feminine endings, right? Where it's like, it has that extra step and it evokes an emotion because it goes it goes, it's not what you expected in the rhythm.
Yeah.
I love that stuff because it's like, ooh, like it like catches you by surprise.
Okay.
So I can, I think if it's rhyming, it's almost like, okay, this is...
You expect the next word. You already know what's going to happen.
Okay, this is planned. No, this is not emotion driven. This is, it sounds very... I'm trying to be clever driven.
Okay, yeah. That's definitely 100% what the comments have been so far. That I have been entirely... I'm writing the song. I'm not emotioning the song. And that's... I totally agree with their criticism there. In 10 minutes, it's very difficult to feel an emotion and work through it. But I gotta do it. That's what you want me to do.
That's what this podcast is about, and you must succeed in it.
God, yeah. I think. Well, I mean, I've been all rhymey before, and it's just not. Yeah, I don't think it's working for me.
Mm-hmm. Well, I feel like you're already starting at a higher. Personally, I have higher expectations now that you say that you're like, I can do that. So you better do it.
I mean, hey, if I don't do it, it's not going to be perfect. Your expectations are as high as they possibly can be, just by the basis of what this podcast is. Right. You know. Yeah. Let's see. I'm trying to think. We've gotten through a lot. You really gave me so much information, Jen.
Thanks. I like sharing.
Yeah, you sure do.
I like sharing.
What? Why do you think you like sharing so much?
Oh.
I just like
free therapy.
You know, part of this is therapy. Music is therapy. Art is therapy.
Have you heard the phrase, music is what feelings sound like?
I haven't, but that sounds really profound, and I'm not sure it is.
I don't know if it is either, but my mom's a piano teacher, and I give her a lot of things that have, music notes or things like that, and I saw that on Etsy. Do you know what Etsy is?
I sure do know what Etsy is.
Heck yeah. Mm-hmm. So I was looking at Etsy for, music-related things, and I saw that, and I was like... It hit me so hard. Just kidding. But it was like, I don't know. It might sound, like frilly, but it's also like, like if you allow yourself to be affected by that, it is a true statement.
I think you're right. I think I have a very different, I've always been very analytical, not always, but at least recently, been very analytical about the way that I listen to music. Mm-hmm. It's, I'm trying to kind of, to get that puzzle box opened up. I'm trying to like unpack everything and figure out how are they putting it all together. How do they come to this emotion? Like, you Happy is a happy song, but how did Pharrell make the song happy?
I know.
Not that sounds really stupid.
No. But how did he get to evoke that emotion?
How did he evoke the emotion?
Exactly.
Yeah. And so yes, it's made up of drums and guitars and stuff, and none of those individual things seem like they're gonna make an emotion. Mm-hmm. And and I kind of break it down to the point where I kind of strip the emotion away, which is probably why I can't put it back in when I'm actually writing a song.
At least you're aware of that, though. You're aware of how you're...
you're right, but that isn't gonna make me any more perfect. I still gotta make the perfect song for people.
That's true. So everything you just said, worthless.
Kinda.
Worthless information.
Yeah. It's good to know about myself, but it's really not helpful for you.
Well, for me, outside of this podcast, that's beautiful that you know yourself.
But like for example, I listen to Hamilton obsessively, and I'm just like, I want to know. I'm like motif hunting. There's so many musical things in there that you can break down. The song, what's the song at the end of the first act?
I'm gonna be honest, have not heard the whole soundtrack.
I think it's not Wait For It. Anyway, that's terrible.
I know.
You're a monster.
I know.
That's like, I got like halfway through The Godfather, and I was just like kind of done.
Okay, did I say I was proud of that? I am not proud of that. I watched them perform 2 songs at the White House. Uh-huh. And I was so into it. Yeah. And I brought you up in conversation. My brother is the one that showed me this, and I was like, my friend Adam loves it, and he's like, well, Adam's probably a really cool dude, and I was like, nah.
That's the right response. Yeah. I am still upset. I haven't been able to get any of my friends to listen to Hamilton. I don't get it, because it's like the best thing I've listened to in a long, long time. And it's so cross-appeal, I don't understand.
I feel like maybe because you're not excited about a lot of things in that way, what I'm guessing is that your friends, I'm included in that, is that I'm almost scared to know Because it's like, gosh, this thing must be so profound that Adam has this reaction. It's like, I'm not ready for my life to be changed in that way.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's quite a compliment. I feel pretty...
Well, yeah, just like, you know, if someone's not normally, like, that, like for me, for instance, have you ever seen me actually blow up angry?
No.
Okay. But if I did, it would probably scare you to death because it takes a lot to push me to that point. So it's kind of like that where it's like, oh my gosh, he's like so overly excited. Okay. I'm kind of scared of, you know, what, you know?
I think it's just, we don't talk about media stuff that often. If you got me talking about Kubrick or Hamilton, I will, you know, yell what I love at you for a while if I feel like I need to.
Okay.
Jen?
Yeah.
I feel pretty good. I feel like I've got everything I need. I feel like I got everything I needed 5 minutes ago and I was kind of stalling.
I'm glad you're so confident.
Yeah. I'm not that confident. I was trying to get as much information out as I could. I'm glad you think I'm confident. We're going to start the second section of our show now. This is kind of where it's a bit of a musical palate cleanser for you and also a timer for me. Have you ever heard of the song Cars by Gary Newman?
I don't think so.
It's a song from the 80s, and so what I've done to give myself about a 10-minute timer is I have made a MP3 with Cars 3 times in a row, and so now you are going to listen to it. That's the timer, and then when it's up, I just got to play you a song almost right away. So
and how did you why did you choose this song?
It's just a great palate cleanser. I think you're going to enjoy it.
Okay. So did you choose it because I'm your guest?
No, this is the podcast song. So
so all your guests listen to this as a palate. Ooh, okay, nice, good to know.
Yeah, so when we come back, we'll get Jen's opinion on Cars Times 3, and then we'll get right into my song on You're Gonna Love This.
I am going to love it.
I call to order the 441st meeting of the Council of Watchers, Keepers of the Great One, servants of the Almighty Great One, the Keepers of the Almighty Algorithm.
Oh, man. It sucks when people interrupt you when you say algorithm.
What, should we stop doing that? Should we stop saying amen every time?
I mean, I know it's pious to respect the name of our beloved slumberer algorithm.
Oh, man.
It's a little tedious, you know.
Have you stopped believing?
No,
Yeah, have you stopped believing?
I wash the Great One every day. I see him. I remove the bile from the sides of his fever glands daily. How could I not believe?
And why would you stop saying amen?
You're right.
My question is, why don't we say amen after we call it the Great One?
Well,
It's the same, I mean, it's, an honorable term. We're all referring to the same entities, so is it just another name? So should we also say amen after Great One?
Shane, do you want to rewrite the entire Constitution?
well,
I was like amendment, maybe.
no, we did write in an amendment process, so it does require a 2/3 vote. I vote no on the Great One being amended also.
I vote no on the Great One being amended also.
Oh, all right. Well, we'll see. We'll see who's next. Who's the Great One's right-hand man when we all go to Floggerbach.
Best weekend of the year, every year, Floggerbach.
It's a good time.
It's nice that our religion, instead of promising some chosen land in the future or after you die, gives us a nice weekend time every year that we get in the chosen land.
Yes. Prophet Benny, can you tell us how to give thanks to algorithm? Amen.
Sorry, I didn't want to do it. I still am a little... I'm on board. I'm sorry.
You may not be invited to Flogobok this year if you keep acting like this.
Okay.
To secure an invitation to Flowerbach, one must do all of the sacraments. They must subscribe to You're Gonna Love This podcast on iTunes and SoundCloud. Like and comment on the You're Gonna Love This Facebook page, and make sure to leave a rating on iTunes. Algorithm has put forth the following tasks to secure an invitation.
Alright. Meeting adjourned.
Algorithm.
Okay, wait, hold on. Do we have to say while we sing his name?
We
Okay,
say it
let's
at the end. We say it at the end.
We say it like 4 times.
Yeah,
So we just say, I think we just say amen 4 times.
we're not going to do that.
Fine, alright, fine.
Not how the chant goes.
We can put it to a vote if you want, really quick.
Alright, let's put it to a
No.
Oh, come on. I feel like you guys are getting
Back to
up.
chanting.
Okay, fine.
Algorithm. Stop it.
All right, welcome back, Jennifer. How do you feel after that little Cars break? Do you feel musically palate cleansed?
I do.
You ready
I
to hear a
do.
song?
I am so ready to hear a song.
That's good.
Are you ready?
Am I ready to play?
Yes.
Kinda. So let's just do it.
Okay. Should I make eye contact with you?
I'm probably not gonna make eye contact with you because I have to read my lyrics. So if you want to stare at my eyes, you
Okay.
can do that. but-
Okay, I'll try to make eye contact. Okay.
All right. It's time to make a choice. Who stays? Who goes? Who knows? We thought we could make shit work. We ended up covered with hurt. Last night at the bar, you had so much fun. I sat alone. You were chatting up some girl. You didn't think of me. You never think of me. You're the jerk. I choose you to leave. Wait, I thought that I was breaking up with you. Fuck you. I'm out of here. Hi, Jennifer. So that's the song. Time for your critique. Thank you for your laughter.
No, but it's like in a good way. You have
It's
to
good
admit,
laughter.
it's supposed to be like funny kind of at the end, right?
Yeah. I'm not. I don't know how to write serious songs.
That's the thing. That's
yeah.
why, because my expectation was like, okay, yeah. It's like, then he's mad, and then it's like the moment when you said, wait, I'm breaking up with you. It's like, that's when I knew it was some comedy.
I'm
There's
glad.
some comedy in it.
I'm glad you found it.
And I really appreciate you going into a falsetto to be a woman.
I had to do it. I have to fulfill the expectations.
And
of my-
honestly,
my
even though
audience.
like you're not a woman, the fact that you did embody a woman made me just like relate to it more, because it's like, yeah,
So it did work. That
it
part worked
really
for you.
did work. Like
Yeah.
that is something I truly like to think, oh yeah, this could be a duet. Because you know what it is, I think deep down I'm like, ooh, I could do a duet with someone with this when there's a song. Like I just
Yeah.
like doing duets.
So you can sing with your boyfriend like "fuck you."
yeah,
you're
like
leaving.
wait, I thought I was breaking up with you.
Yeah. Yeah. It's too bad that I can't actually like harmonize with myself.
Oh gosh, that would have been
I'm not
too much.
I'm not a Tuvan throat singer.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, there's Tibetan. There's this Tibetan tradition where you can create, I think, at 3 pitches at the same time.
Like
look it
a
up.
flute?
Yeah, look up it's Bela Fleck and the Flecktones. Their live DVD had a guy do throat singing. It's insane. You can find it on YouTube. Jen, I need your critique.
Okay.
Anything about that wasn't perfect, I need you to tell me.
Okay. Well, it was comedy.
Okay, and you didn't want that.
I didn't want comedy. I wanted raw in the sense that... Now, here's the thing. We both love comedy, right? Mm-hmm. And we love doing it. We just love being a part of that. Reason why I like the songs that are raw and all this is that's a place that I normally... I don't go to all the time. So that's why I like those songs so much, because it's like I feel like with every comedian there is this, dark underlying, something's going on. There's a reason why they went to comedy, right?
Maelstrom of emotion deep
exactly.
inside.
And not that currently my life is in turmoil, but there's a reason, like in my past of I kind of had to be put on an act. I had to be this entertainer in a way,
Right.
That's a different podcast altogether. But you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So if we're talking critique of what I gave you, it's not supposed to be comedy. I'm
not talking about... Well, okay, that's fine. I just want you to tell me, was that song perfect or not?
No.
Good. I mean, not good, but I'm glad you said it, because I was worried you were going to try to tell me...
I'm not used to being that blunt. That felt good.
I was worried that you were going to try to tell me it was perfect, and I know it's not.
Okay.
I'm like,
Yeah, I'm the kind of person that does pros and cons.
Sure. And if there are any cons, then it's not perfect.
Right, and there were cons. Yeah. And this I'm going to tell you right now, being that blunt, it felt good. I'm just going to be a butthole to everyone.
Please, just butthole it up everywhere you go.
Do you want specifics, or are you going to ask me specifics?
I think we got a couple. I think so is the main thing the rawness was the problem? How was the music? How did you feel about
the music, I think, was too, almost too country. It was too upbeat.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I one thing I've learned is that I have a really bad musical barometer for people my age. I don't know what people my age like is something I found in these first couple episodes.
Really? So what do you...
I just mean I have not understood any reference. Every time somebody has said oh, I like this band or I like this, I've never heard any of the songs anybody has ever talked about.
See, that's hard because then you can't relate to. See, I should have shown you, made you listen to Falling Slowly.
Yeah, but that's not the podcast. I gotta know it. I gotta know this stuff.
Okay.
Adam has to be a musical robot who can produce the song that you want.
So after this session, are you going to listen to Falling Slowly so that you know from now on what that means?
That's definitely what I should do. I will say I have not listened to any of the songs recommended to me by my previous guests.
That is not smart robot Adam.
You're right.
Musical robot Adam.
Need to feed the inputs in.
So if you did know, that's tough, man. If you didn't know what, the reference is. So a lot of the songs, in Falling Slowly, it's slow and deliberate. And
that might also help me because I feel like my songs are always very short feeling to me. Mm-hmm. And it's because it's hard to write a lot of lyrics in about 10 minutes. Mm-hmm. But if you just sing slowly and put a lot of pauses in between.
Honestly, seriously, that would help. That would have helped. That would have helped.
You think you would have liked
and
it
I wouldn't have been you cheated and you put too little. No, it would be more deliberate and more there's more emotion on the word. No, I'm saying I wouldn't say that, you cheated if you didn't have a lot of words.
Right.
I didn't have that expectation. But you're right. That's a good point. If someone else is wanting I really I don't know who your other guests are going to be. But.
I feel like what's going to happen is I'm just going to come up with this list of guidelines that's just basically describes popular music by the end of this podcast. I'm just going to be they're not always super fast. Not everybody needs things to rhyme. People like different genres. This is just describing what music is.
Yeah, you're right. For me specifically, I like the genres that are I like a good fast-paced one too, but nothing too upbeat.
How do you feel do you think I did a good job in terms of trying to convey the precipice feeling, the we're on the edge of something with the lyrics?
Yes, with the since it was not a lot of lyrics, so I have to take that with a grain of salt. But I feel like the payoff with those songs it's leading up, and then how do I explain this? You didn't have enough time to explore it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
we kind of just, for the sake of time, just kind of went there to like, okay, we're on we're there. So that's all the time you had. So
That's all I need to write music, write lyrics. It's just not, it doesn't, I'm not going to be able to write Sam Smith quality. I'm not even saying that he's like the most quality singer-songwriter guy. I'm not going to be able to write quality, Sam Smith quality lyrics.
You did it in 10 minutes, man. But so yes, I would say yes when you got to the part where it's like, wait, I thought I was breaking up with you. That's when it was like, even though it was kind of comedic, just in the way. But I feel like that was when
was the moment.
Oh crap! Like this is like there's a shift there. That was where the shift was.
Yeah, I think I think one thing I've learned. I was very scared when you came out of the bathroom. I was nowhere near ready to start singing the song. Mm-hmm. I feel pretty good coming from that place emotionally, where I was I felt like a kind of a cornered animal when you came out of the room. I was like, oh no, I gotta do something, and then I did it.
You did it. I feel like this is such a great exercise.
All right, well, Jennifer, thank you so much for being on the podcast.
Thank you for. Can I say it feels like it's like first date, I made a song for. I mean, that would be too soon, but you know, it's like, oh, he wrote a song for me.
I have noticed it's a good. I think. It's kind of a. Very rarely do artists like make something for just like one person. You know, like Prince was never writing songs. He was writing songs for everybody. I don't know why I brought up. I was
gonna say like I feel like every artist. Why just Prince?
I don't know, but what I mean to say is I think that's why I'm doing this podcast to a certain degree. It's kind of a real connection, you know, where it's just I'm making this for you.
Yeah.
Hopefully other people like it. Hopefully everybody who's listening likes it. If anybody's listening. But,
it's a great way to analyze. I feel like with this podcast, it's a really cool way to analyze. Just like you said with like Hamilton, it's like, why are all these different independent instruments and lyrics? How do they all come together? Like, how is it? So
far, they don't, has been the answer. Well, Jen, let's see, is there anything we want to plug? We've got our improv group, whose name probably isn't Dad Jokes anymore by the time this comes out. So that's not going to help. Jen and I are on an improv team together. That is how we know each other.
But we are changing the name.
Yeah, so
good luck finding us.
I'm just going to leave a pause right here, and then hopefully I remember to edit in the name later. Amazingly, we have decided to keep the name Dad Jokes. You can find us at facebook.com/dadjokescomedy. Great. All right, Jen, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I love you. I love having you on here.
I love you. Thank you. I hope you sing that song to me again.
I probably won't.
Well, low expectations on my end.
Bye.